Good evening, everybody. I know everybody's kind of excited to get back into our normal routine, and quite honestly, so am I. Unfortunately, we can talk about how we want to get into the great swing of things and start talking about all the fun stuff. But guys, I'm sorry, it's my screen is not cooperating with me. But I'm here to tell you we are going to discuss a few things. Hi, Winks. I'm glad to see that you're joining us. And it is a little chilly out here, so bear with me. I am just a hair bit cold. We are definitely getting ready to have kind of an explosive show. We're going to discuss a little bit of stuff that's going on and try to allay some fears. And yeah, we're going to do some questions and answers. And we'll proud if you want to let everybody know that I am live if they want to join us. And did you get my email, Winks? We're just kind of waiting to get people in just a little bit more, and then we will start. And like I said, we do kind of have a bigger show than normal. So okay, yeah, I take that as a yes. And then I forgot you didn't get the notification you were live. And a few people didn't, obviously, because I'm starting to get text messages. So okay, guys, we are going to have some fun tonight. We're gonna be a little bit lightheaded. The first part of it is going to be a little bit serious. The second part of it is we're gonna try to be a little bit lighthearted, okay? Because right now there's a lot of nerves running really high. So hold on one second. Okay, hi Patty. Where's everybody coming in from? I know Proud you're Pennsylvania, Winks you're in New York. I'm sure everybody is just super excited to be here. Almost as excited as I was to be here. We spent plenty. Oh, hello, King Me. So, yeah, North Carolina, Missouri, Pennsylvania in the house. Mike was, and it didn't show me any love. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Maryland. A lot of craziness happening out there in the world right now. But we're gonna kind of cut through, and we're gonna discuss some serious topics tonight. I don't want people to get worried about what's gonna happen, what is happening right now, and what our path will be. So just bear with me. Save a lot of the questions for the end, or till the end of the serious stuff, and then we'll just answer all sorts of questions here. Oh, California's in the house, North Carolina. So, Scott, you're listening to Scott McKay. Yeah, I need to. I heard that there was a really good episode that he did, so I'm gonna have to listen to that as well. But I knew if I didn't. I was on the phone with Jason and a few other people that I communicate with from Cheyenne Mountain, and other facilities around the globe. trying to ascertain what's going on. So I'm gonna give you guys a brief overview of what is happening. I'm sure if any of you guys are on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that, you probably already know, especially if you follow like Dan Scavino and Jack Prasibic and some of those other guys. So we're gonna boil some stuff down. So okay, yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. So yeah, we're gonna we'll dive right into it right now and definitely start the show about rolling. I got notified today around 1:30 that there was RTB for the 82nd Airborne Division. RTB being returned to base. There's a lot of preparations because of the retaliatory strike against Iranian troops inside of Syria. So, guys, I'm not trying to scare people, but we are inching in a direction that we don't want. We've had almost 4 years of peace. We don't need to go back down the road of having another conflict of any sort. So we're praying that the situation diffuses itself, but our men and women in uniform are gearing up for the possibility that they might be deployed. So right now, all of our prayer warriors and all y'all, we need to pray for them, because right now what we need is wisdom in the White House. What we need is wisdom in our generals to keep us out of those foreign conflicts. We can't have our men and women going over to be shot at and shot up. I'm all for giving your life for this country, giving it all for your country. I support the men in uniform. I will not talk poorly about them. But we do have some people at the very top of the command structure that literally have been pushing for wars for as long as they've been in power. And from one place to another, from one administration to the next, these guys are advocating war. So we definitely want to make sure that we're keeping people informed as to what's going on. Again, we're prepping, and we'll see what happens. We can pray that it diffuses over the next 48 hours. And we can hope that what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is patently false. I hope it is. If it is, then the country's the better for it. A lot of people are coming at SSOD. A lot of people are coming in on Twitch, so you will not be able to see any of their streams or any of their chats. So if you want to join with the other people over on Twitch, by all means you can. So they make money when we are at war. Absolutely. You thought the Syria thing was a false flag and part of the movie? You know, there's I'm getting conflicting information in regards to Syria. You have some side of the command structure that says no, it wasn't a false flag, and other sides that say yes, it was. Yes, it was. So from the intelligence community and the intelligence people that I'm talking to, they say it's not. This is a real deal. This is not something to joke about, and we don't want to joke about it. We're putting men and women in harm's way when we downplay something that could turn into a full-blown war. Okay. So is this a scramble from earlier? Yes, we found out about it about 1:30 in the afternoon, and we've been watching, I've been digging, I've been talking to people, trying to make sure that we get the correct information and make sure that we're able to release the information that we have when we get it. So, Diane, we are the official Patriot News on Twitch. So you just type that in, all one word, and you'll find us. So, guys, nobody wants war. Exactly right. Winks. We don't want war. Yeah, I'm not. See, I have problems with that because it doesn't make sense. Being from the intelligence community and working with people that are still active in the intelligence community, I don't see that as, if something like that was happening, I would probably have heard some rumblings from people on the inside, especially considering most of my assets and most of the people I talk to are from Washington, D.C., and they work in and around the company or the CIA and the NSA. So people like that would talk and share that kind of information with somebody that was part of the inner circle at one point in time. So I'm always cautious about talking about that kind of stuff, especially when I'm being fed information from multiple sources. I hear people talk about it on other channels, but until I can confirm with concrete proof, I won't touch it. So okay. Yeah, sorry guys. Proud. I'm glad you reminded me because I'm very poor about doing that. And by doing that, Proud Patriot sent me a message and said, "Hey, can you put their questions up so both streams can see it?" Good point. Sorry about that. New quantum financial system was put online Wednesday and Thursday. Again, I can't confirm that, so I won't report on it until I do actually have confirmation. I want to give you guys accurate information, stuff that people actually I can verify. So, okay. So, I mean, going back to all the stuff for what's going on, guys. When you're talking about major military movement, there's always a calm. It goes awful eerily quiet for 24 to 48 hours beforehand. Today, normal military traffic, not that much different, but at 1:30, there was multiple intel people that actually talked to me and said, "Hey, this is going down. You're going to be asked about this if people find out from other sources." And then they said Jack Racemic and several other people are already discussing it. I said, "Okay, well, thanks for giving me the heads up." and we just moved on from there. And then we discussed what the game plan was and everything in regards to moving forward coming up. And they said, Shane, situation's still fluid. We can't talk about that. So yeah, and that's again when you start that's why I won't discuss stuff like that, because if I can't confirm it, it really makes me look like a butt hat. And I'm trying to keep this channel friendly for younger audiences, because if I don't, YouTube's gonna say, "Shame on you, Shane," and they'll put me in timeout for 7 days. So I'm just trying to. Nobody's gonna give information on military movements because of OPSEC. Absolutely. That's a great question. Well, if we go to war, who runs it since Trump's almost over? Well, anybody who has read the War Powers Act, in times of national emergency, such directives may be extended until such emergency is over. So, does that apply? There's a possibility. So, we'll see. I don't really know what is going to happen, but if we were to go to war before March 4th, before that 60 days is up, we're kind of we'll find out if the War Powers Act actually kicks in and extends that out. Yes, King Me, I will definitely check that out. I know Proud's been pounding on me to go and listen to Scott McKay. I don't, guys, I'm going to be honest. After leaving and walking away from the other channel, I literally stopped listening to pretty much everybody. I stopped listening to all of it because I don't want to take material that they have and report on it. But if I'm being told about something that somebody else is saying on another channel, I'll do my own research. I'll look into it, and then I will discuss it. If I need to debunk it, I will. And I'll do everything I can to debunk in spades. So put his comment up. When will we know? You know, well, I'm gonna bring that up real quick. Okay, so give me a second. No, he didn't. I was watching because I wanted to. I want to show you guys this because I think it matters. So, Defcon 1 is the highest Defcon. If we go into Defcon 1, everything's getting locked down. The military's in the streets. We're not moving. We're not leaving our houses. They're cutting the internet. They're cutting everything. Okay. Defcon 2, that's pretty much where everybody's ready for an all-out nuclear assault. Defcon 1 is usually when something like that, if there was a nuclear deterrent that was necessary, you would see Defcon 1 get activated. But Defcon 2, all military units are called the full ready status, which basically means they're going to be ready to scramble at any time. Defcon 3, we've been at Defcon 3 pretty much since 9/11. So anybody, I haven't seen where it says that we've been at DEFCON 4, but DEFCON 5 is basically there's no security necessary at airports. There's no security necessary at our military bases. They just do their standard protocol. Can I make it bigger? Let's see if I can make that bigger for you. Okay, that one's actually better. So let's see if I can blow that up. So let's see if I can get that better. Is that big enough? Okay, the missiles make it here. Okay, so yeah, we literally have been at DEFCON 3 pretty much since 9/11. The day after 9/11, we were at DEFCON 4. So we were awaiting deployment and deploying. So yep. So we got that. And then can their missiles make it here? Long and short, no. The Iranian government has not been able to develop an accurate ICBM missile, intercontinental ballistic missile. They have not been able to successfully deploy one. However, here's a caveat to it. If they've been getting help from the Russians, we don't know. But if they have, then we could be in a world of hurt. So we're not gonna speculate on that because again, we don't really know. And somebody said you're not a snake oil salesman. No. If I can't verify something, I'm not going to put it out. Period. End of story. The Iranians, they do have a fleet of like 5 or 6 killer subs. They're old Kilo class subs, which were sold to them by the Russians. So, we've been hunting kilos for decades. So I'm not too worried about them. Does it have anything to do with the troops still in D.C.? No. Nope. National Guard troops are in D.C. Anytime you're talking about the 82nd Airborne, you're talking about active duty Army. Sorry. I almost said Navy. I was thinking something completely different, but I almost had a Biden moment. Do I think they're going to... Okay, military doctrine. Okay, so military doctrine has been we pound them with bombs and then we send in the ground troops. That is how military doctrine's been. The last 5-star general, Norman Schwarzkopf, said that we would, if we were to try to win any war with just ground troops, we'd be destroyed. We would never win. But because of our superior air power, we could go in and hammer them beat them to a bloody pulp, and then go in and take over. So, yeah, sorry guys, I have to get used to this, but no Biden moments allowed. I know. Today, and I even got a little bit of rest today, but I worked hard. So, yeah, um, 80. I mean, guys, I know everybody. We've had a lot of subs. Our own. There was a sub training near Norfolk just a couple weeks ago, and it was supposed to last 2 weeks. So yeah, we've had all of our fleets pretty much have been pulled back to port, and our subs have been conducting training exercises. So I don't even do that, but okay, that works. But guys, every day we go. I if you have about $2,500 and pay for the plane ticket, I'll be right on that one. So I'm having fun, guys. So let's try to make it a little bit lighthearted. We're gonna spend another half hour with each other, and then tomorrow you'll have CPAC, and you won't have to deal with my annoying voice or my ugly mug at all tomorrow. So any other juicy news? I mean, guys, it's a weekend, so there's never really juicy stuff unless we're talking about CPAC. And quite honestly, I was out of touch. You can talk to just about anybody, and well, you can talk to my wife, and she'd tell you, he's hardly home. He's never home. And when he is home, he hardly talks to me because he's too tired. I guess it's a really, really good story. Okay, yeah, so tomorrow is the big day that everybody's talking about, or everybody's going to see the alpha himself. So, guys, I think it's going to be an epic speech. What do you guys think? And if I'm wrong, you guys can tell me how wrong I was. Okay. Yeah, my wife is very camera shy. She does not like to go live. She's with her business, she's went live 3 times and she's been a nervous wreck. So, King Me, if you go to the YouTube channel, you can watch to your heart's delight. We have CPAC. And guys, I apologize for the interruptions of the coverage throughout the day. I have my toddler daughter who likes to come into the studio, and she was playing with my computer. She shut my computer down in the middle of the stream. So yeah, I was not a happy camper when I got home from my job and found out that she'd been tampering. But we got it back up. I went to do another job. She shut it down again. Yeah. So, I mean, there's you guys kind of hear a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff. I enjoy doing what I do, which is why I'm here, obviously. Oh, Daddy's mad. Yeah, I was just a little bit upset. So kiddos are in bed, so they wouldn't be a problem. Did I say that it was costing me money? No, just time. And the wife's complaining, but hey, that's the way it goes. All this equipment that I have, guys, does cost money, but it's paid for. So I'm just there's a new film that makes things disappear. No, the White House is still there. Sorry. Um, there, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was actually a DARPA project. So, guys, they're just going back into this about the film that makes things disappear. DARPA has been working on a project that will literally, when they shroud the soldiers in these material, it'll make them disappear. Not like completely, but they're still there, but people can't see them. And it's kind of cool technology, but I don't think it's to pull something like that off over a building the size of the White House. I don't know that would work. Wife being happy is very important, absolutely. And mom ain't happy, nobody ain't happy. And I know I just butchered the English language, but so be it. So yeah, keeping the mama happy is really, really important. So yeah, normalcy would be good. China stole it, now Russia has it. That wouldn't surprise me. China steals just about everything they can get their hands on, and the Russians are no better. So, what else? I mean, did anybody see the Biden speech where he kind of forgot names, and then as he says he's done with the speech, he forgot to grab his mask, and he had to be reminded by Kamala Harris to grab it? I'm glad you brought that up. Let me pull it up on the screen, and we will talk about that a little bit. So, just include. Yeah, I am a youngster. I'm 30 years old. So I'm sure a good portion of you guys could be my parents. So, yeah. But give me a second. I'll pull that up on the screen. Your phone don't like Twitch. Yes, see, I'm definitely a youngster. But yeah, I enjoy being young, even though I'm kind of an old soul. People say. I don't know how much I believe him though. Is that the one you're talking about? I'm not dry behind the ears yet. No, I'll be 90 years old and still not dry behind the ears. So, okay, guys. Air Force One, Air Force Two, RB. Well, Air Force One is a B. Is 82 8000. That's usually Air Force One. So why wouldn't it use a call sign? Well, that's a good question. There's a lot of issues with Twitch on mobile tonight. Yeah. I hope you guys, hopefully it works itself out. If not, then we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get that resolved for you guys quicker rather than later. I'm just trying to figure out why my screen is so bad tonight. But you are on your laptop. Great. So Biden's playing, Kamala's playing. Why would they be? Why are they not? Well, there's only two instances where I've ever seen other presidents run for security purposes. They would run quiet, but I've only seen it happen under two presidencies. One, Bush, right after 9/11, when he took off to their safe place. When they took off, Marine One, its normal call sign, Marine One, was shut off, and it was just a blank call sign. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening, but we're looking into this a little bit more. If what they're saying is true, it'll be an interesting couple days. So that could have been the reason they're running call signs off. But normally, coming back from Texas or wherever they were at the time that picture was taken, they would have been running as a AF or AF2. So I know that was about as clear as mud, but I don't really know as to why they were running under a security cover. If they're truly on Air Force One, and there wasn't a security threat at the moment or anywhere near there, they should have been running the AF call sign. So Pittsburgh is Zinner, baby. Okay, welcome. I'm glad to see that you're here. Harris, okay, guys, you have to remind me. Did I hear that Harris was upset because she didn't know anything about Biden approving the raids? Neither did Biden. Quite frankly, Biden didn't remember either. So that's the funny part. Biden could approve a raid, and 30 seconds later, he would never remember it. So he's probably just as surprised as Kamala was. And guys, in all seriousness, I really, really wonder what people were thinking trying to elect a man with dementia. I mean, they're like, oh well, we had the smoothest talker in Washington as a president before. Trump, he may have piss people off, but he made people think. Biden, they're like, yeah, let's run Biden. He is the best thing since sliced bread. And we just don't know what to do. And neither does he. So I am Harrison Air Force 2, which you flew to. Yep. Okay. So okay, what is a crooked noser? Okay. I see you guys talking about that. I don't know what that is. So explain. You think I need an antihistamine? Well, I would need to be on antihistamines for the rest of my life, each and every single day. I'm always plugged up. So, okay. Yeah, I'm always stuffy. A lot of people that you know voted for Biden said that it was only because they voted for Trump. Well, did you slap them? I would have. Okay, Sudafed. Yeah, guys, I've literally tried more tricks in the book than most people have. The only thing that I haven't done is went and got a neti pot, and I think if I was to do that, my wife would flip. So we'll see. I'll have to check it out. So yeah. What else, guys? We have 23 people watching, and let's see how they're dispersed. Okay, we're just gonna give people a shout out. I have 18 people on Twitch. I have 5 people over on the YouTube channel. I'll have to try that. So, Time, are you interested to talk airplanes and what you have seen, or not right now? It's your choice. So, 3. So, oh yeah, no problem. I'll just get it set up so you can join when you're able to. So just give me a second, guys, and I will get. Yeah. Oh yes, Nurse Jane. I'm sorry, guys. I know I am very poor at doing this. I know there are other people who are very good about it, but I'm not. So Float is. We're gonna let Time talk about it as soon as he decides to show up. So I'm still a baby. Yeah. We are going to be streaming the entire thing. And then when we get to the Trump speech, guys, after after it's done, we will pull it down, because in order for us to keep it on YouTube, we're gonna have to pull it down and clip the Trump part out, and then I will actually put that available as a podcast so people can actually watch it straight from the website, because YouTube will not allow it to stay up. So we will bring it to you guys live, and then we have to pull it down, edit the video, take the video of Trump, put it on the website, and the rest of it can go out. So anything? Okay. Well, you didn't text me, guys. Welcome, my friend Jason. Welcome, Jason. How you doing tonight?
Good. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. I know there's been a lot of questions about Air Force One, Air Force Two, what's going on, why they're not running call signs, why they are running call signs. So based on experience, I did hear Shane say, hi, everybody. I hear you all, see you all saying hi. Based out of experience, I did hear Shane say that they normally run call sign off when there's a security threat. Currently, there is not a security threat based on the flight going from DC to Houston, from DC to, I hope you guys all know. If you don't, I'll let you know. Biden's not in DC this weekend. In fact, he has not spent the weekend in DC at all. He has gone home every single weekend. He did not run a call sign AF1 on the plane then. He did not run it whenever he went into Michigan. He did not run it when he ran into Wisconsin. In fact, he has not run that call sign at all. So I'm going to pull up something real quick just so you guys understand what happens and what's going on. All right. So let's just take this plane that I've got, I happen to have pulled up. All right. This is the tail number. All right. So this is the number that'll be right here on the tail. That's why it's called a tail number. All right. This hexadecimal, these numbers here, right here, are what the radar systems and flight systems use to determine what the plane is called, what this information is. Let me just pick this plane right here. So this information that shows up right here, all right, that is what they use to pull that information up, which is what their call signs are, okay? So as you guys have seen me explain this information here, what do I have? Okay, there we go. So this call sign that's here, they use this information all right here to determine what it is. For military high visibility military planes, they can change that at any point in time. It's a simple program that they use to just change the call sign to whatever they want. Why Biden hasn't ran Air Force One? Because first and foremost, he's only been on the actual plane one time. And that was from the flight from DC to Houston. The 737, I believe it is. 752. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. The 7 series plane that runs as Air Force One, the 104 that's in the fleet, he's only actually been on that plane once. All the rest of the times he's flown on this type of plane right here. All right. This is a 757, which is based on this, what they use for Air Force Two. Okay. Now, Trump did come in and create a whole new fleet of Air Force Ones. Those fleet of Air Force Ones are the presidential planes, but they are not in use yet. They have to go through their first, I don't remember if it's 1,000 or 10,000 hour cycle, to the point where they have to rebuild the jets, the jet engines, before they will release it for use as a presidential plane. All right. Those flights right now are constantly running. They're trying to burn in their hours as much as possible. Okay. As much as the pilots can handle flying pretty much. There are a lot of speculation as to why he has not run Air Force One. My personal belief is that because of the things that Shin and I have explained prior, the congressional checkbook, if you will, in the management of the military, he's not considered president right now. He's not considered president until after 60 days, which is why he cannot run Air Force One on any planes. I don't want to tell you guys Trump's still president. I don't want to tell you guys, this, that, and the other. The military reason why is, I think, because of that change that Trump made in 19. So that's why you've seen that. The reason why we've been able to see Harris on Air Force Two, and it was just on the one flight into LA, but not on return, I think is the same thing. I think they did it out of habit, to be honest with you, and turned on Air Force Two, but not actually on the return flight. I think they got caught on the flight out and turned it off on the flight in. So I think that's really legitimately why that information is the way that it is. So I know Shane has touched base on what's going on with the preparedness for retaliation. It's been a pretty quiet night for the most part over the U.S. I mean, if you guys look, we only have 14 planes right now up. All right. It's really almost eerily quiet. And I'm not trying to scare anybody by saying that. I personally think that, and I'm Proud Patriot, I know you and I chatted about this, but the refuelers not being up, which is here, you're looking for KC4 or K35s?
K130s or KC130s or K35s.
K35Rs. These here. Without those being up or being up and able to be seen, it's a little eerie. All right. I think that they're down getting all of their up-to-dates and getting ready to go and do whatever it is that they have to do that the military does. I know that's a broad statement. I know that's not a safe and secure statement, but I think that they're really getting things prepared. Okie Gal, is the military still running? I don't know. Can I pull up questions? Yes. Is the military still running the show under the Insurrection Act? In my heart of hearts, I think so. Based on Harris's tweet that came across yesterday, I think it was, and how upset she was with the lack of knowledge about the missiles that got sent over, I really think so. Usually what happens is if there's a situation the president, VP, is it the secretary of defense and the press secretary? All head to the
No.
situation room?
No, all the cabinet members. All the
No,
cabinet
no, no,
members.
no, no, no. To the situation room. It's
Joint Chiefs of Staff. So you have the president, the vice president, Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the SecDev, Secretary of Defense.
yes, that's what it is. So if they were all to head to the situation room, Kamala Harris would have known about this that moment in time. It wouldn't have gone off without her not knowing it. So with that said, I don't believe that Biden even made the call for those bombs, to be honest with you, or those missiles.
And somebody said earlier when you were done, somebody's like, did you see, I can't remember, I'd have to scroll up, but somebody's like, did you see how pissed off Kamala was when she found out that it was ordered without her being there? I was like, yeah, Joe Biden was probably just as surprised.
Yeah, I truly believe neither one of them were called into a situation room at all. I don't think that they had any knowledge of it in any way, shape, or form. This is the TFR list, guys. Right here, Wilmington, Delaware. That's when Biden goes home. Right? This comes up every single weekend. At Winks, Hello. Winks, you're right. Biden should be at the White House monitoring it. However, he can be on the phone. You know, I mean, Trump was able to be on the phone down in Mar-a-Lago with a couple of situations. So in my heart of hearts, I don't believe that they're running it at all. Nurse Jane, I agree with you 100%. Okie Gal, I think we're all in a world of hurt if Nancy Pelosi ever became VP or president in any way, shape, or form. I think the U.S. as a whole would be in a world of hurt. Pittsburgh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the rest of it. Are they still at Castle Rock Studios?
Guys, I'm going to jump in here real quick. So everybody's talking about Castle Rock Studios. You hear it talked about on other shows. You hear it talked about somewhat, but I'm going to discuss Castle Rock. So there were two projects named Castle Rock that are CIA operations, and they were front organizations. So there's a Castle Rock Studios out in LA, and there's a Castle Rock Studios that is in Maryland. It is basically an off-budget studio for the CIA to put on whatever they feel is necessary for the people to know. So yeah, they're just doing what they're gonna do, what they're gonna do, and the movie set is very much a real deal. Maryland field trip. Yeah, guys, I know a lot of people are saying they want a shirt like this. The one thing I don't really care for is it's too light. But who bombed Syria? The question just popped up. Who bombed Syria? Guys, I told you a couple nights ago that no official reports were out. But if you go back a couple nights ago when we were discussing it, I said 7 bombs were dropped. I read a report today, a news report, and guess what? said only 7 bombs were dropped. Weird. But that's besides the point. But who ordered it? I still, at the bottom of my heart, I still believe that it was a joint chiefs decision. I think it was absolutely a joint chiefs of staff decision, and they did it without the rest of the command structure knowing about it.
Yep. There's no way Kamala Harris would have posted what she said if she knew what was going on. I mean, it's
and then she deleted it. Within 15 minutes of her posting it, she deleted it. You can't find it on Twitter anymore.
You know, it's funny you say that. I just literally pulled up Twitter to see if I could find it.
Yeah, I looked. You told me about it. I went back to look to see if I can find it, and it's been deleted on both the official and on her personal.
Wow.
So, yes, that's okay, guys. I'm trying to get better at this. So remind me if I don't. Was a Syria bombing retaliation for the missile attacks in Iraq? Yes. That's what they claimed. So. Kamala has a big mouth. She's been pretty quiet since taking her oath. Yeah.
Agreed.
She don't talk much.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I'm looking to see if I can find that tweet anywhere. See if somebody retweeted it or.
Well, if they retweeted it, if she would have deleted it, it would have deleted as well. Does Iran really want to start a war with us? You know, I don't believe so. But, you know, there are these regimes that are just absolutely suicidal.
Winks, you know, when it comes to a situation like this and we're moving military people for a operation like that, I may not catch it. I mean, you literally have to be right there, right whenever they take off, because they will turn their stuff off real quick. They do not want to be tracked on general radar. And I've checked other radar systems that are used, European, UK, a couple other ones. My neighbor gave me access to one, and I can't find them at all. So once they shut them off, they're on government radar, and that's it. Believe me, if I find them, I'll screen record it and get it up for you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. King Me, how long will it take for a carrier group to get to the Middle East? If you're talking a carrier ship, it's a couple of weeks, I think, from the U.S. to the Middle East. If you're talking about people mover planes, probably somewhere along the lines of about 10, 12 hours, unless they're not worried about fuel. And then they can get there. I think at a full scramble, it's about 8.
For a carrier strike group, 8 days?
8 hours for like a C-17 to get from the East Coast to the Middle East.
And that's if they have KC-130s and everything to support.
Right.
Which means they're having support groups across the ocean as well.
But no, King Me just clarified the ships themselves. I think it's probably a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Full steam, it's less than that.
Okay.
Yeah. The exact speed of all the ships in our fleet, guys, is classified, so we can't really. I'm not going to discuss those kind of details, but yeah, the actual time is a lot less than a week and a half. So, our most of your carrier ships, yeah, most of we have less than 5,000 troops currently in the Middle East.
Yeah, I just had this conversation when I dropped this real quick. I had to go do something with the family. I had this conversation with somebody else. We've been moving. I think we only had 20 or 30,000 troops over there, period, at the start of 2020. And I think we've been moving troops out every month or every other month by the thousands. We're probably down, like I said, like Shane said, about 5,000 troops still sitting there.
I don't know how you got an invite. Somebody asked, how did I get an invite to this broadcast? You know what? I don't know. But here you are. Stick around. Might learn some.
Or if you got questions, we're more than happy to answer them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, God. Guys, if you're looking to buy shirts or whatever, wife told me $17.99. I'll have all the different shirts. I'll have them up on the website. You guys can purchase them there. So just to give you guys a heads up, because I've seen somebody else. Okay. You want a shirt? Okay. So yeah, and I'm actually gonna do a shirt for Jason, and he's just now finding out about it on the live stream. So, guys, I think it's kind of hilarious, but yeah, I haven't figured out exactly what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do one special for Jason, and I'm gonna have him wear it on live one time.
Absolutely. Just make sure it's big enough.
So
I've got
that spandex medium, right?
Yeah, the medium might rip. I might need a large. Okay, gal asked me what my background is. I went to the Navy right out of high school. I was at AZ, which is basically a service advisor for the planes. When the pilots came in, and you can look up the job position AZ. I was at E3 AZ, made it through flight school, or A school actually is what it's called. Got injured, could not serve anymore, came home. Basically what my job was anytime a pilot came back, whether it be to base or to ship, I would interview them and set the planes up for their service. So if a plane, which normally flew like this, right? Let me get my angle just right here. So if it flies flat like this and the stick was in neutral and it started flying like this, there were adjustments that could be made to tweak it. And so basically that's what my job was to figure out what to do to make the performance of the plane better. I am currently in IT. Just so you know, I have about 15 years experience in IT. So anything to do with computers, two-way radios, camera systems, things like that, that's where my background is right now.
Yep, I do not work with Chaz anymore. So yeah, Patriot News Network was my deal.
So just so everybody understands, Shane and I met by Chaz. Okay. We both came from Chaz. When Chaz was giving you guys flight information, that was from me. Shane and I grew close and had a whole lot of information. It bounced off of each other consistently and validating consistently. When Shane left and things changed a little bit, I decided to leave also.
Okay. So Maya Soul. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you guys found me too. I've had a really nice birdie tweeting out where I'm at. So I am very okay.
Shane, Peaches has a good question. It bounces back
Okay.
further back in the chat, and that is, how do we deal with the face that most major events in our lifetime were a lie? So Peaches, I'm gonna answer that by a question, and that is, how did you deal with it when you thought it was the truth? You reacted, you mourned, you were excited, whatever that emotion was. It's probably going to be that same emotion, because when truths become lies, or what you believe to be truths become lies, it's a little bit difficult of a pill to swallow, and your emotions will get the best of you. However, you're human. We're all human, and you're going to bounce back. You're going to realize what it is that's happened is for the better. And the quicker you realize that what has happened is for the better, the quicker you'll be able to recover.
Okay. I'm going to address this real quick. Actually, I'm going to go back. And we're going to address this original thing real quick. I'm going to nip it in the bud real quick so nobody's confused. He was absolutely telling the truth when he said we were not going in the same direction as he was. That is the absolute truth. I don't go down the road of diving into rabbit holes where there's no confirmation. I refuse to go down that road. I refuse to go down the road where everything that's out there's so much conflicting information that you can't prove it. I choose to stick more with the stuff that me and my experience and the contacts that I have within the military, within the intelligence communities, within the different aspects of work that I've done in my life. I choose to stick with people that actually tell me the information that I need, not read something from the internet and just run with it like it's the truth. So that's the difference. That's why we went our separate ways. He wanted to go with the stuff that you can't confirm. I didn't want to. I wanted to run with stuff that I could confirm. I could actually put my name to, and I can pull source documents from, show people how to do the research. People can research all the stuff that I'm talking about. That's for me. It's about getting the truth out there and where to find stuff that is the truth.
Yep.
Because if I can't validate a single word that I say with documents or research or anything like that, I look like an idiot. And unfortunately, just because this face looks ugly doesn't mean my message needs to be ugly.
There is really something to be said. I mean, Shane and I have come up with all kinds of different ideas, different solutions, different avenues, different plans, different this, different that. And the biggest answer at the end of the day is neither one of us can tell you guys anything, because we don't want you guys to go down some rabbit hole that we can't help you get down or help you out of. Maya, no, we're never going to charge for our broadcast. At least in my eyes. I don't know about Shane, because Shane's the man as far as the control goes, but as far as I'm concerned, it'll never be charged for.
Guys, and when I say every time within 1 hour of me broadcasting something, unless I'm extremely tired and then the next day it's up anyways, I will always post my podcast, every live stream. You can go on my website right now and watch it. Every broadcast in its entirety without editing. You can go to my YouTube page, every broadcast without editing. Go and check it out for yourself. But I don't charge. If people want to donate, and some people have, if they want to donate, go for it. I'm not going to tell you donate, because quite honestly, that's not what I'm about. If people want to buy shirts, we have shirts for you. If people want to buy stuff like that, we can do that. But I'm not going to be, go buy this, go buy that, go buy this. No. You guys want truth. You guys want information. You guys want facts. Where in the world does anybody charge for truth?
Right.
It's not acceptable in my eyes.
Right. We'll do, so my mom, G2, and Mickey, what Shane and I do, we teach you guys, just so you guys know, if there's any questions you guys have, you're more than welcome to shoot either of us a message, and we're more than happy to answer it. If you guys want to start checking flights yourself, I give you guys the stuff that I use and how I use it, and you guys are more than welcome to spend all day watching it. I don't have a problem with that. I don't hide anything. Neither of us hide anything. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves on. We don't want to hide anything from you guys. We want you guys to see where our documents come from, where our research comes from.
Because quite honestly, guys, if I can't put out research that you guys can look at yourself, and then I just say, I'm being very facetious, guys. You guys can laugh afterwards. Guys, there's this breaking news story that there's all this stuff, all these tunnels are blowing up underneath the ground. There's smoke coming out of them. And then you just go and look at the boiler patterns and stuff of those certain cities, and
yep,
it just doesn't make sense. So you come back, well, what were you talking about with this? Well, it's just the way it is. I mean, look, you see the smoke coming out. There's obviously something going on. If I was to do that without having backup information, I would look like a far out whack job. It's just the way I am. and I don't put myself out there like that.
Right. Right.
You
Winks, if
can't,
you're talking,
you can't figure out how to turn on the military. We'll just start a war.
here, I'll show you real quick. I'll share the screen again, just so you know.
Sorry, Wings. I just had to really jump on that one. It was too good to pass up.
Right here. So if I turn that off, you're going to see it populate like crazy. All right. That's the commercial flights that are in the air right now, just so everybody understands. As soon as I click that, there's your military flights.
Yeah. Sorry, Wings. We had a good laugh at your expense.
Yeah. Could have been taken 100 different ways. Oh, right here. This U.
So yeah, guys, we do like to have a little bit of fun here. We enjoy having people come, and we're taking, yeah, we'll take news stories from like mainstream media. We'll break it down and show you guys why it matters. Whether it's economics, whether it's politics, whatever it is, we'll take it, dissect it, break it down as to why it matters. And so okay. But
Winks, I just sent you the app. It's in the, or not the app, the
email or the URL
link. You know, Pence has been really quiet. No, it's not Radar Box. Pence is, you want to take Pence?
No, go for Pence, and then I'll email her. Winks, I will email you the link to it. So
yes, King, that's the same one that MonkeyWorks using. I'm using a couple of different ones. This is the easiest by far out of all of them. Like I said, my neighbor gave me some access to a couple other ones. They're much more difficult to use. I downloaded another app called My Radar, and that one's the only thing that's good for. I'll share that screen real quick just so you guys know what I'm looking at here. Hold on a second. And then I'll get to the Pence one in a minute. Just give me 1 minute here.
Okay, give me a second. I'll put it up on the screen. Okay, Tracy, I sent that off.
Why is it not sharing?
Because I'm kind of being a lazy butt.
Okay. All right. So this is My Radar. The biggest thing that I use this for is the TFRs for a quick visual. And I can do a visual validation on them to see what's what and where's what. The actual app that I use or web page that I use for the TFRs is the FAA. Okay. So right now there's a new one that just came up for hazards in Valencia County, New Mexico. All right. So that's what I use. I do use FlightAware a little bit, but I use it more to track history and things like that. And yeah, that's another MonkeyWorks one. I don't want to bring up the one my neighbor gave me because I don't know how well you can utilize that one. The whole thing with Pence, I personally think that after the entire thing that's going on, he will stay in hiding for a long time. I think he wants to let everything cool down. If you think about it, a president normally runs with his vice president all 4 years, all 8 years if they can. I think that Pence and Trump are on the outs, and I think he's going to stay as low and under the radar as possible. He just popped up. I saw something yesterday, I think it was, an interview with him, and it was a very basic interview, but I don't think we're going to see or hear a lot from Pence.
No, and I mean, even though he went to the Heritage Foundation, he's been couch surfing for several weeks.
I'll agree with that. Mia or Maya, I don't. If I messed the name up, I'm sorry. Can you give us a link to the map? I don't know what map you're looking for. I put up a link for the ADSB exchange. If you want the My Radar, you have to go to Microsoft App Center and download it. If you want something else, let me know.
But okay. Anything else?
Oki in Piedmont. See that one, Shane? Yep. Shane and I have gone in long detail about this a couple of different ways from Sunday. On the phone, text message, email, on live. I think we both agree that he's still alive. I think we both agree he has laid low for a reason. We both agree now that he will be back. I think that should answer your question. Shane, if I missed something there, I think I just as simple as possible.
Yeah, he's going to be back, and I think he's going to show his face a lot sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So, hi, Cindy. I'm glad to see you joined us. So, no, and guys, quite honestly, I don't believe he's going to look anything like he used to.
No.
I think the wonders of plastic surgery will be made known. Well, I'm sorry it took you so long to find me. So hopefully more and more people start trickling in. JFK Jr., yes. So
that's Trump's Proud Patriot posted that Trump's supposed to have a guest tomorrow on his speech.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. So
can we all agree that John is just one?
I can't say that I agree with that. Do I know for sure? No. But there's somebody that I know that actually has met somebody who said that he was JFK Jr. So we'll see if it's true very quickly. But until we get out of that, until we actually get confirmation, we're not going to say.
Maya, is it Jason? Why does his name say Time for Truth? I originally had my name as my full name on Twitch and on YouTube. And then I realized I was posting a whole lot of personal information. So I changed it to Time for Truth, just because. And I don't care what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner at this point.
I don't. Have you missed too many dinners?
No. Not even a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, no. You know what? I admit it. You know what? Living outside of Chicago, I need to make sure I've got insulation.
Well, I live in South Dakota. I should have a whole lot more insulation than what I have. Come on now.
Well, then you need to eat more. See what else we've missed here. We are all
in the house.
We're all expecting something major from Trump tomorrow. I think it's going to be very emotional, to be honest with you.
Oh wow, you have a lot of Chicagoans that are actually probably not too far from you. A lot of family members probably.
Wow.
TFR. You want to touch that one?
Which one?
What's a Hazard Tfr?
A lot of what a Hazard Tfr is very turbulent air, ground fire, poor visibility, wind shears are really bad, things like that.
Okay. So I'm just curious. Did anybody else go live tonight? Did you see anybody else live?
I didn't.
Okay. The question of the day, how often are we live? We are live I am live every single night, Monday through Saturday, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. We do run sometimes a little late. Obviously, tonight we're at 1 hour and 33 minutes, but we do a podcast drop in the morning at 10 a.m. each and every single morning, except for Sunday. And then Monday through Saturday at 8 p.m., unless there's a special guest on, then we'll let you guys know the night before when to expect that. So
Peaches posted a good question just now. Do I need to have 10 days of food after tomorrow?
It's always a good idea to have 10 days worth of food.
Yeah.
I don't care what time of year it is.
I have, and this is God's honest truth, I have probably 7 cases of water at any point in time at the house. I have 3 refrigerator freezers in the house, and they're pretty much filled at all times. So I obviously haven't missed much for meals, so I need to make sure that I've got everything available. I do have 5 propane tanks for my barbecue. I will barbecue as low as 0 degrees. So if anything, I make sure that I've got everything I need here at all times. Proud Patriot, I am legitimately feeding an army. There's 8 of us in this house.
So
we do canning here. I've got a big garden, and I make sure I can a lot of things to get us through the winter. So just in case you guys want to know, it is a huge savings to do that. Maya Yasol, what about people who are unable to stockpile? Should they be worried? We have friends and neighbors who are not able to do so. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have the ability to
take an extra
mile for them or help them? If you do, awesome thing to do. Make sure that you look out for others. If you don't, the best thing you can do is help. You know, get together with the food banks in the area. Do your own canning if you can. It doesn't take up a lot of room to do it. You know, even if you guys only can chicken, you can tomatoes, can fresh food, it doesn't hurt and it doesn't change anything. I just did 3 jars of cooked peppers today. At any point in time, I can open them up and way to go. Yes, I did leave Chaz's group. I am still on a couple of his things, just to see what's going on and keep my contacts. But yeah, I did leave. Dry foods. Shane, do you want to cover that?
Well, guys, dry foods will last a long time. Canned foods as well. But I don't know about you, Jason, but if you were to look in my pantry right now, I probably have close to 365 days worth of dry food, or just canned foods. And that's not even including the meats, and so you have jerk meat and all that stuff. Guys, if you were to walk into my house, I literally have hot dogs that we've processed ourselves. We've freeze dried them and put them on the shelf. Basically, all I have to do, add water, cook them. Let them soak, cook them. So, yeah. And guys, you want to know a free way of getting some meat? A free way of getting some meat. Call up your local sheriff's department and tell them that if they get a deer strike that's within 4 hours old during the wintertime, within 4 hours old, you want it. You cut it up, you'll get anywhere from 40 to 75 pounds worth of meat. And right there you have an instant meat supply.
The one thing that I found, I'm only about a half an hour from the farm fields in Illinois. I'm in metro outside of Chicago area. So literally I'm within an hour of Chicago. But if I go west, I'm a half an hour of the farm areas. And I will tell you this, farmers, they accept trade for work consistently, and they will help, and they will definitely accept trade for work. So figure out something that you're good at. You know, you want hamburger meat? Go and tell them, listen, I'll change the oil on your tractor for you. Give me some hamburger meat. They will absolutely do it.
And honestly, guys, money, when you're dealing with people and you're dealing with the ranchers and stuff like that, the ranchers are used to the old way of doing business, which is a handshake and a barter. If you have a skill that they don't really want to do, but you know how to do it,
right?
They'll trade that labor. Boom. And it's just like currency. It's just like money trading hands. Your value to them is they get this done, you get this. So
Linda, if you go to a local butcher, that's great. The biggest thing that you've got to be able to do is find a rancher butcher, and then you'll get further.
King Me 71. Do I know of any national place that you can get ammunition? No. Unfortunately, if I did, you guys would know about it. I reload all of my own ammunition. I have a 45 ACP, I have an AR-15, and a tactical shotgun, all of which I literally reload every single round that I fire. And I put over 500 rounds a week through my guns. So I'm always active at the range. If I'm not here and I'm not working, I'm at the range, pumping, making sure that not only does the gun continue to work well, but my accuracy stays up. So,
King Me, a national place. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've talked to a lot of people, and it seems like the small guy is getting more attention lately than the big guys. So whenever I say the big guys, the hunting and fishing place that starts with the C and the hunting and fishing place that starts with the B, they're not getting as much love from the ammo places as the local guys. And the more time you spend it at local, the better chance you're going to get first option. I've got guys who'll call me as soon as they get ammo in and say, hey, you want it? Cheers if you want it. So that's my suggestion to you. If you can find a local guy, go make friends.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apartment complex surrounded by the country, 12 gauge, good for you. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean that seriously. Somebody posted, Pittsburgh, anyone teaching reloading. You can go to your local ammo stores, gun shops, and they do have classes. Unfortunately, I don't know anyone in your area specifically. But yeah, definitely go to the local. And I'm telling you, they'll help you out big time. I don't know.
Are we going to need guns, guys? Guys, honestly, let's just be very clear. The Second Amendment is to protect every single other right that you have.
Yep.
Without the second, you would lose all your others. It is the only reason the Bill of Rights and our Constitution has stood as long as it has, because tyranny cannot go against an armed populace. They have to disarm you, and then they destroy you. It happened in Nazi Germany when the German people, for the most part, had firearms and all that stuff up until the Bolshevik Revolution, and Hitler got out of prison, ran, became chancellor, and then they started banning guns. Once they started banning guns, then it just kept getting worse and worse for them. So
you can still get guns. Don't get me wrong. And if you don't want them, by all means, that's your right. You don't have to have them. And we're not asking anyone to arm themselves. We're not insisting that there's going to be an issue to arm yourself. The questions came up, so we're answering the questions accordingly. Shane's a little bit more armed for long range than I am. I am definitely way more armed for short range than what he is.
That's just the guns that I have at the house.
Oh, okay.
Because if we went elsewhere, I have far more firearms than that.
Yeah, the questions are coming in, and listen, guys, if you don't want it, don't get it. If you I'm not forcing anybody or trying to anything with anybody right now. It doesn't hurt to have one. You put a lock on it, and it's a peace of mind. You know, I've got a couple of cases that I've got sitting in my room, and they're under lock and key. But I know they're available if I need them. But definitely, if you don't want to get them, don't. But, you know, I'm not in Chicago, just so everybody knows. I'm in a suburb of Chicago. But Chicago is bad right now, and it's getting worse, especially after what Pritzker just did. I want to call him the other name, but I don't want to get Shane in any trouble. After what he just did, we are a no bail state. You get arrested, you get booked, you get released. In that order.
You get arrested, you get booked, and then you're released?
Yep.
Wow.
It's ridiculous what he did. He's asking our police now to take it's a mandatory 100 and some odd hours of training a year that's unpaid for.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad here. It's getting worse. You know, we're second state in the world or in the U.S. with the most corruption, and number one city in the world U.S. with the most corruption. I went to go get a low voltage license in Chicago. I have one for the rest of the state, or had one. I went to go get one for Chicago, 10 grand. 10 grand. And it wasn't payable to Chicago.
As to the unions.
Yeah. So I know we just missed a whole bunch of comments. I don't know if you caught them or not.
So, yeah, there's people are keeping the chats just flying by. But guys, this is a holster that I use. And people ask me, well, why I carry a gun everywhere I go outside the house. So if you approach me on the street, chances are you'll notice I'm armed. But I definitely advocate for anybody who is unfamiliar with a firearm, get yourself familiar with it before attempting to conceal and carry or even open carry. If you're going to do that, make sure you know your way around the gun. Make sure you're being safe with it, because God knows YouTube's going to see this, and they're going to search to see if I said you shouldn't be carrying it. Carry responsibly. Don't just
absolutely
throw it around, because people do get hurt by guns. 90% of the actual firearm deaths every year are self-inflicted. So just remember, yep, you sell a lot of them at Amazon. Guess where this came from? Amazon. So keep them away from my kids. Yeah, my pistol goes under my pillow and my gun safe's locked. So but
Proud Patriot, give it a few weeks, people. Things are going to change. God will win. Things are changing already, Proud. I don't have the black and whites to prove it, but I will tell you there are a lot of things changing right now. Our military is in peaches. If a Biden is gone and the military is in charge, will our gas prices go down? I think you won't see a lot of changes in things that have been set in motion for probably 3 to 6 months after any major change from the top down, if anybody understands what that means. And I'm not trying to talk in code.
King Me, when will you have shirts up for sale on the website? Well, the different designs, I am waiting for a couple others, and just so you guys do know that Ranked Apparel did the design, did the logo behind me. They are going to be the ones that are printing the shirts with that logo on it. So if that's one thing that you're looking for, I'm still waiting so I can actually get pictures and stuff of that shirt. These shirts, I can have them up. You give me tonight, and I can have them up by tomorrow morning. So if you guys are able to give me for tonight, I'll have them up there and ready for you guys to buy. So,
Mom OG2. Sorry, I've butchered this so many different ways. So what I said was, I don't have the black and whites to prove that there are changes that are happening right now. Do I think that the gas prices will go down and things will change? My answer was, when there's a change from the top down, not if, when there's a change from the top down, give it 3 to 6 months post that, and you will start to see gas prices and things like that change.
I'm shooting a text to the guy we've been doing the hosting for the website to make sure that it is ready for me to throw the store up. So I will double check for you guys.
You know what else, Shane? I don't know. Have you brought up the other Freedom page yet?
No, it's kind of not working properly. So I want to check on the computer and see if it starts working better on the phone.
Okay. Just so everybody knows, Shane and I tripped across something yesterday, Thursday. I don't remember if it was Thursday or yesterday. It was one of the two.
It's Friday.
We're trying to get some more information to get you guys going on it. As soon as we can get that information, and be sure that things are the way that they are, because we don't want to push you guys or give you guys information on something that isn't 100%. All right. So we want to make sure we get things checked out first. It's Mom 2G. Got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you hear mom a lot.
There's a social media platform that was being discussed. I actually reached out to the owner of it. He hasn't gotten a whole lot of traction with it. And yeah, we're in talks with him to see about doing some stuff with him. So, and no, it's not a paid. It has a lot more use. It's similar to that of Facebook. I mean, that's kind of the way I took it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a lot more similar. Proud Patriot asked or made a statement. Nasera is supposed to be turned on. Shane and I have been talking a lot about just Sarah and Nasera, and I think what the two of us came to a conclusion on, Shane, if I'm wrong, please correct me, is we want to do a real good definition for you guys, so everybody who's on here really understands. And we need a better understanding ourselves of all of it first before we really get too deep into Nicera and Jacera. Is that a fair statement, Shane?
Yep.
Okay.
I guess your name is Jaden.
What?
I'm just giving you crap.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, Scott McKay, good dude. Incredibly intelligent, incredibly
Gifted.
knowledgeable, but and not a sensationalist at all. But I would pick and choose. Pick and choose. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Just like with us, there's a lot of different things that are going on with financials. You guys heard, the federal system went down Friday. All my days are blending together. Friday or Thursday. I don't remember what day it was. Yes, Shane is very quick-witted. Our Shane's site is free.
Yeah, and it always will be.
Winks, Nicera and Jacera. We're gonna get into it ourselves, and once we get a firm grasp on everything, we will bring it to you guys and really lay it out.
We're quick-witted at sometimes and dim-witted at others. So,
Winks, basically, it's gold-backed financial system. And whenever I say gold-backed, for every legitimate piece of paper money, I don't want to call dollars because it may not be called a dollar. It may be called something else. There is the equivalent in ounces or quarter ounces or whatever the ounce is of gold. No more Federal Reserve, no more federal debt, no more blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of hearsay about it, a lot of learning that needs to be done before Shane and I can really get into it. And I know you guys have a ton of questions, and I know there's a lot of communication about it. So let us get a firm grasp on it before we really give you information.
I'm not gonna feel comfortable until I've actually done a whole lot of research on it.
Right.
And I mean, I've been hearing these terms thrown around forever, but just never put any stock in them because, I mean, there really wasn't any meat and potatoes to it, but now that there is, it's time that I kind of paid a little bit more attention.
You know what? And if things are live with Nicera Jacera right now, we're going to be learning just as much as you guys are. All right. But let us. It's one of my goals to try and get some serious knowledge on it soon.
Yeah, they're talking about the. I don't want to discredit or call somebody fool on live air, but for him I will. And yeah, I don't put any stock in anything they say. That's just the way I am.
Right.
Charlie Ward's been very, very accurate. Yes, he has. There's some of the stuff he wasn't accurate on, but I think for the most part he's been fairly accurate. 600 shipping containers. That's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. And
Yeah,
if
there's a lot.
that report is true, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Winks. Do I need to save my coffee cans for the backyard?
If you want to plant a tree.
Yeah, I can't answer it because I don't know enough about it. But from what I understand, the US dollar, the way that it is now, would not be the same if it was flipped over. So I don't know. He said Trump would start the Patriot Party. Not true. Linda Joe. I don't know.
Well, the loot from the Vatican really be shared. Guys, let's be realistic, okay? And this is me being kind of stubborn, but you think rich people are going to share their riches, whether it's the government or otherwise? You think they're going to share? More than likely, if they're confiscating that gold, it's going to pay off our national debt.
Yeah. Mom, I was wondering if I should pay off my credit cards. Always pay your debt.
Oh, no, man, anything.
Proud Patriot. I've been buying silver coins. There is only one thing that I've ever truly made a suggestion on. And this is my guts telling me this, Shane. If you want to smack me for it, by all means, smack me for it. Buy silver. I really believe because of the price of gold right now, silver's the next one to shoot. And I really think that silver is going to be worth, my opinion, I think silver is going to be close to 3 digits by the end of the year.
I would agree with you.
Guys, go to pawn shops. Seriously. You can negotiate the price. If you can prove it's silver, whether it's pure silver, stamped silver, whatever, it's you can get good price on stuff like that. It's better than going and buying coins from a coin dealer or jeweler or things like that.
Guys, I brought, so I have a bunch of 1921, anywhere from 1871 to 1921 silver dollars. And yes, they are they're in very good conditions. I had a coin dealer tell me that if he was to buy them, there was 4 or 5 of them that he would pay $3,500 for. I was like, well, what would you sell them for? He said roughly about 10 grand. So,
yeah,
guys, be careful. Coin dealers, they will undervalue your coins. If you do have them, don't just trade them in. They're going to undervalue them and give you junk prices, and then turn around and sell them for premium quality. So, always be careful.
Yeah, Mom says that's what I meant about my debt. Just pay my payments and invest my money in extra money in silver. If you've got it,
absolutely.
Don't break yourself, but Absolutely.
What about loose change, guys? Your coinage that you have right now, most dimes are actually contain less than 10% silver.
Yeah.
So
unless, what is it, 1940 and before?
1949 was the last year that they contained more than 50% silver.
Right.
So, but yeah, guys, we've ran 2 hours, 5 minutes. I know there's a lot more questions. Tomorrow's my day off. We will be live streaming CPAC starting at 7:30 in the morning, Central Standard Time. So right from invocation, and then it will run all day long till
2:30 Central.
3:30, 4, whenever Trump's done speaking.
So
guys, we have had a fairly steady. We've been holding fairly steady, but we definitely want to get more people in. You guys have your mics. You guys have your pencils. Use them. The silent majority can no longer stay silent. God bless you guys. God bless America, and good night.